makes the equation true, what does it mean to say there are no solutions?
No value to make the equation true.
There we go, right? It's literally just saying, hey, there are no values that can make this equation true. We need to know when that happens. Okay, well, but unidentified means you just haven't identified it yet, but it could still have a solution. Saying no solution means that nothing can be a solution. Does that make sense, the difference there? Okay. All right. Let's just work through this together for the sake of time. Really quickly, go ahead and take some notes on this warm-up here. Is 0 a solution to each equation? This first equation, is 0 going to be a solution?
No.
Why not?
Anything times 0 is 0.
Are we multiplying something times 0 here?
You're distributing 4. So I mean, yeah.
Yes, you are multiplying something times 0.
You could be.
Well, it won't be 10, it'll be 8.
Okay, would it be 10? It'd be 8. I will point this out, a lot of us are just used to distributing every time. You only have to do that when you have a variable. I mean, I would just do, what's 0 plus 2?
So
2.
0.
And then 4 times 2 is
8.
So is 0 a solution?
Yeah.
Why is it not a solution?
It
It does not make that equation true, right? Alright, so is 0 a solution for the next equation? Let's figure it out. Take a second, write it down, think, see if it is.
Oh wait,
You already have it.
it.
You already have it. Yeah. Guys, this is a lesson 7 explaining steps for rewriting equations. Okay? So look at the second equation there. Is 0 a solution? It literally says lesson 7.
Yeah.
Yes. That's not what's due on Thursday.
Yeah, it is.
Sweet Moses, where are your things? You're missing one of the pages I just passed out. It's that. That's what's due on Thursday. Alright, so is 0 a solution for the second equation?
Yes.
Yep. Right? If I do 12 minus 8 times 0, 3 times 0 plus 4, well that's just 12, and 12 is equal to 12.
But the first one you
The
can't
next
use.
one is here?
Yep.
Wait, which one's not, 0 is not a solution?
The first one.
This one?
No.
This one?
It's the
So,
first one.
Jaden thinks that that's 0 is not a solution. Why not?
The first not.
Oh, for the first one it's not a solution. Is it for the second one?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
12.
Okay, what about the third one?
Hold on. Oh, yeah.
Now,
No, the last one, no. Oh, 0 equals 0. Oh, no.
this last one, yeah. Anyone know about the last
6
one?
divided by 0 just 0?
That's a good question. Put that in the calculator. What is 6 divided by 0?
I think it's
I think it's
0.
It sounds like we're not certain about this one.
No, 6 divided by 0 is undefined. 0 divided by anything else is 0.
It's undefined. 6 divided by 0 is undefined. 2 divided by 0 is
The same thing?
undefined. Does anyone know why it's undefined?
No.
You can't split.
You can't take
divide
0
by
out of
0.
nothing.
You can't do that, but why can't you do that?
Because
Because you can't have 0 groups of 0.
0 is not a real number.
I don't know.
It's a real number. It's literally defined as a real number. Does anyone? Yes, it is. It's part of the real number system.
0 money.
Yeah, it means you
I
have
mean,
nothing.
you broke.
You broke. Alright, so here's the thing, because we've been told probably by previous teachers, hey, you can't divide by 0, and that was just all it is, right? Yeah. Why can't you? That's what we need to ask. So really quickly, as soon as you see that statement, we know the answer is 6, but what should you be thinking about?
How many groups?
Oh.
How many groups?
Add
Yeah, I would take care of
add 2.
You're adding 2 how many times?
3 times.
3 times.
You can't add.
Okay.
0.
So 2 plus 2 plus 2 is equal to 6. So at its core, right, we talked about this, what is multiplication? Repeated addition, right? So if multiplication is repeated addition, what do you think division is?
Repeated subtraction.
I'm a repeated
Oh.
subtraction.
Division might be
It does
repeated
sound
subtraction.
Yeah.
Okay, we know 6 divided by 2 is
3.
3. Okay, what is 6 minus 2? 4. Minus 2 again?
3. I mean, yeah.
2.
2 minus 2 again?
0.
Hey, how many 2's did I have to take out?
3.
Oh, so division is repeated
Subtraction.
subtraction, right? So then if I take, and what am I getting down to?
0.
0. If I were to take 8, let's do something else. Let's do 12 divided by 3. What does that equal to?
4.
4, okay? So what is 12 minus 3?
9.
Minus 3 again?
6.
Minus 3 again? Minus 3 again?
3, 6, 9.
How many 3's did I have to take out?
4.
And so we're repeatedly subtracting until we get to 0. So what is 8 divided by 0?
0.
0.
What's 8 minus 0?
You
8.
can't.
8 minus 0 again?
8.
8.
Minus 0 again?
You never get to
Minus
0.
0 again?
8.
Am I ever going to get down to 0?
I said you can't never
Right, well you can subtract from it, but when I subtract 0 from it, it just stays at 8. The question is, will it ever get down to 0?
No.
No, you subtract 0 for all you want, it won't get down there. That's why it's undefined, because we can't get back to 0.
But you can divide 0 by, something by 0.
Yes, you can do 0 divided by 4, because here's the thing. How many times do you need to subtract 4 to get to 0? Nothing, right? It's already there. So yeah, that's why you can do 0 divided by 4, but not 4 divided by 0. Okay? So, we all good on that?
Hold on, we ain't never figured it out. Is it?
Well, I mean, can you divide by 0? No, so you have undefined plus 1. Is that going to equal 8? Good question. Yeah, no, it's not. All right. We got about, 13 minutes, 14 minutes? I'll give you all 2 or 3 minutes to pack up and get ready and answer an exit poll question. But that means I need you to work hard for the next 10. Man, I just want to point out, Caroline, the only thing she heard out of the whole statement was pack up for it. Okay, we got 13 to 14 minutes. I will, what are y'all doing? I didn't say pack up.
You just said
I did not. Listen to the full statement. The full statement was, I will give you 2 to 3 minutes, maybe 4, to pack up, so work the whole time for the next 10. As Caroline's making fun of me.
It's okay.
When she couldn't listen in the first place.
Hey,
That's why I'm
All
Alright, so here's what I want you to do. Y'all are in groups of 4, in the groups of 3, just work with each other. But in the groups of 4, one of you, or so partner up in the groups of 4, choose a pair of equations from column A. Explain why, if x is a number that makes the first equation true, then it also makes the second equation true. Alright? So for example, I'll do the first one with you. When I look at A here, if x makes this equation true, how do we know that it will also make the second equation true? If I were to solve this equation and figure out what x is, how do we know that the solution for the first one is also a solution for the second one? Don't need to.
Property of equality.
Maybe a property of equality. There's one other property that you can also use. Not substitution. Look at these 2 equations. Does anyone see any properties that we could use?
Distribution.
Could I use the distributive property?
Yeah.
Now be careful. The multiplication property of equality says wherever you multiply by one side, you have to multiply by the other to keep it equivalent. But if I just distribute here, notice these 2 equations look different, but are they different?
No.
No, they're effectively the same. So if something is a solution to this first equation, I also know it's a solution to the second one because those equations are equivalent. Now over here, are these equivalent equations?
No.
Don't look like it.
Doesn't look like it. Notice, right now it says 14x equals 4, okay? If I want the 4 to be on its own, right? What would I need to do to this 5x? Subtract it? Because notice what's 5x minus 5x? 0. You can say 0x, but that would just be 0. 9x minus 5x is 4x. Are those the same? Are those equivalent? No. So what they're saying is everything in column A should give us the same solution. How do we know that? Everything in B should not give you the same solution. So work through column A, work through column B, and figure out for each of these what moves you can use to make the two equations equivalent or show that they're not equivalent. So figure out what moves you can use to show that in column A the equations are equivalent but they're not in column B. Any questions before I tell you to get to work? You're just supposed to, like, just like I did here, you can show the distribution or quickly show the inverse, something like that. Or you could get a separate sheet of paper out if you want. Let's get to work. Get to work. Get to work. Get to work.
Hey,
Get to work. Get to work. I already told you something. Get to work.
go do it. Be the cameraman. Go be the cameraman.
Get to work.
Get the news reporter.
Yeah, get to work on the new thing.
He said he wants it. He said. He's a friend.
She's been like that.
He is straight up.
He's good.
Go to bed at night. Be awake for class. Everybody else, work on your math. Get to work.
Why you be so tired?
Come on.
What you doing? What you doing?
What?
It's like little like that.
So we already did number one. What could you do in number two?
Like you sneaking away.
No, because remember the question is, if something is a solution to the first equation, how do we know it's a solution to the second equation? Right? Well, for something to be a solution here and here, those two equations need to be what? Not equal. Equivalent, thank you. So what could you do to show that these two equations are equivalent?
You don't go to sleep. That's how we don't sneak around. We don't go to sleep.
Hey, I'm talking about sleep instead of working on your math. Get to work.
No, I would tell that.
No, get to work. Get to work. I hear you. Get to work. Huh? They already told us in these directions, everything in column A, not equal. Okay? So I have 5x is equal to 24 plus 3x. 2x, thank you. Alright? And the second one I have 3x is equal to 24. What could I do to one of these equations to show that they're... So just subtract 2? I can't subtract 2 from 5x.
I mean, and then you get 3x. You doing 2 Oh, so they have to be equal to these two. See, I was thinking it was
It's
like
those,
this
no,
and
no,
that.
no, it's the pairs.
Oh, okay.
So notice how those are now equivalent, right? Okay. I will point this out. Could you have also just added 2x and added 2x?
Yeah.
As long as I use, what property am I using there?
Property of equality.
Then I should get the same, or I should get equivalent equations. Does that make sense? Alright, keep working on those. We probably shouldn't need calculators right now. We should not need calculators right now. But how, like, if something is a solution to this equation, they're telling us that if we find the solution here, then we should also have a solution here. Which means that these two equations should be what? The same. How? I don't need to solve them to show that they're the same. What could I do to show that these two equations are the same? Yeah, you could, but you're making your life way harder than it has to be. Is there any way to show that these equations are the same without solving? Then what have you been listening to as we've had a conversation all day today? Clearly. What are we talking about all day today? Yeah, what are we talking about? No, that's never what I said. What I'm saying is, say it again. I'm just saying if I have a solution here, then it should be the same solution here. I should automatically know it because I could probably use a property of equality, because the only time that we're always gonna have the same solutions is if the equations are what? The same, or what? Equivalent. Can I show that these two equations are equivalent? What can I do?
Yeah.
Roxy, you got that ready?
Except it's not 5 minus 2, it could be 5x minus, no, I'm not, that's not what's there, it's not 5 minus 2. I could do 5x minus what? 2x. Now, can I just do that to the left-hand side? So I have to use a property of equality. That's creating a 0. 5x minus 2x is,
Look, Caroline, why
are those
was
equivalent? That's all I'm saying. Notice I could have also just added 2x. Y'all, I haven't told y'all to pack up. I told y'all I'd give you at least 3 minutes, and we still have 4 minutes to go. Keep working.
50 seconds, come on guys.
Who packed up? Who packed up? Like, my stuff right here ain't packed up.
It's in your backpack. What do you? No, get it out. You can't write on in there. You full of crap. Get to work. 3x plus
What are
2x.
you, Mr. Sir?
Are they equivalent? That's all I'm saying. You don't have to solve it out to figure out if they would have the same solution. If they are equivalent, then we will know that they have the same solution. And it tells us in A that they should have the same solution, but in B they shouldn't have.
Why did you do that?
So what you're saying is.
I mean, have you shown? 3 minutes. I mean, but how are you showing that this and this are the same? Ralston. We got 3.5.
I'm not packed up.
Don't be cheating me your time.
I'm finna.
We
did.
Don't put this on.
I answered a couple
Hold up.
questions.
The deal was I would give you 3 minutes if you worked until I said to stop. I haven't said to stop yet.
We still working.
Hey,
So, 5x equals 1/2 x.
you got me sleep on camera.
Bree, you ain't work hard. You slept hard.
Alright, really quickly, I just sent a poll question to your calculators. It will take a second to get there, but it is a simple poll. When you get a poll question, this is different than a file. Once you answer this question, you should see in the top there where it says poll question, poll question. There's also a little arrow, and you can click on it, drop down, and submit your answer. So when it's a poll question, you can submit your answer.
This
All right.
race to the track taste.
Oh my God, you finna run today?
You get my coach.
I seen you
Hey,
on.
hold up, guys. We got over 2 minutes. I got one more poll question. I just need y'all to finish submitting.
I need you to answer my
I
question.
seen you on
How long
YouTube.
does that question take? Thank you. Y'all, I need you to submit your answers. I've got 14 of 19.
I got mine.
You need a
You
key.
should just collect it. Go in 3, 2, 1.
Collect.
Alright, here's the next question.
Go.
Wait, no?
Be my bro. It's so.
Alright, so you should have a second poll question.
It's true.
And that's where we'll end. So let me show the homework. Alright.
I sleep.
Oh, coach, we getting somewhere.
Alright, so we just did the exit poll questions. Please notice the homework, what we've already had. We've got this right here, Unit 2, Lesson 7. Just passed that out today. It's not going to be turned in on Monday. Oh, yes, the Lesson 7 stuff is on Monday. So I would go ahead and look at it. I forgot that I made that Monday.
Unless you gonna take something, you gonna come on.
So it is a total of 8 questions. You'll have time to ask questions tomorrow.
I'm the hell talking to you.
Okay?
Talking to
So pay attention to your homework.
I'm sorry.
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Just as a heads up, I will send out an email with a link to the home or to this video once I get it uploaded. If you want to watch it. No, I'm not editing it.
So you gonna put everything in there?
With my mask on. That's
That's your fault.
embarrassing.
Hey video, my name is Jada Dennison. Follow me on Instagram. They love bank. Don't edit it out.
I'll take that part out. Just that part.
They love bank. Retro Ralston.